Oh, it's not a cut. That's a slice.
Now this is a quack hook.
Oh,
Short
wow.
and into the right rough, headed to the trees.
Oh my God, it's a shake. He decided to re-tee. That's a shake. Oh, man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Two-Way Miss podcast. We appreciate you joining us wherever, whenever you might be listening and or hopefully watching. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Chris Regensburg, and I am joined, as always, by the good buddy Banksy. Banksy, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Doing good, my friend.
I think you got to start by tilting the camera down, showing everybody what you're working with.
Tilt the camera down. Just a little getting ready. Huh? Is that better? Nice and slow?
Yep.
Nice and slow?
There it is.
Right. Love it.
It's a great sweatshirt.
Welcoming Big Cat back next week.
That's right.
Love it.
Good
Love
stuff.
it.
Everything good? What you been up to? What you doing besides
Well,
being the king of Central Pennsylvania Instagram?
I was gonna say, when people say, "Hey, how's work and how's things going?" and people say, "Oh, just living the dream," and 99% of the time they're bullshitting you because their work sucks. Like, I'm actually kind of living the dream right now. This is great. Just at the golf course every day. Starting to get a lot more play as our weather's been improving this last week or so. So yeah, just having a good time learning all kinds of social media tips. We have I'll post things and do things for the golf course, and then our media guy will email me and tell me everything I'm doing wrong, and and I'll redo it.
Yeah, tell him to do it.
But yeah, no, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Any stories this week? What's going on? What's been going on?
Things have been pretty calm so far. I think the biggest thing, we've had a couple. Our parking lot kind of connects to the cart path that leads to the 10th tee.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a couple cars with a giant sign in the middle of the road that says "carts only," and we've had a couple cars drive down that cart path towards the 10th tee in their car, and then actually had to back out the one lady's car because she kind of like panicked, couldn't do it. So I had to walk outside. I had to get in her car and back it out for her.
How old was she?
Yeah. She was older. Yeah. She was a veteran. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Veteran making a rookie mistake. It happens.
Tough.
But yeah, nothing crazy yet. Hasn't been enough play yet, I don't think, for any of the real.
Yeah. We're getting there.
But oh yeah, we'll definitely get there. But yeah, that's we're just sitting there like watching out the window. We're like, is she driving?
She's driving down the golf course.
Is she driving to the 10th tee? Yeah, that's not right.
That is not where you're trying to go. Wouldn't you think once you made the turn onto the grass that it would trigger something?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess aside from the giant sign that says golf carts only.
Yeah, obviously.
I guess
Other
at that
than that,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it
you can only do so much. You can only do so much.
It clicked eventually.
Yep.
And then she's like, "I don't think I can do this. I'm stuck." Ma'am, I'll take it from here.
Step aside.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she was sweet, but yeah, let's see,
that's a pretty good one. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's and then we get a call every once in a while like, yeah, I played out there probably 3 months ago. Do you happen to have my golf towel? I think I left it on my cart. Like, no, we don't have your golf towel. No.
Also, you're gonna need to give me some more information. Like
Yeah,
golf
well,
towels
yeah,
are a dime a dozen around here, pal.
yeah. So just you
That's
get
funny.
yeah. So it'll get better as the season goes on. A lot of people. Oh yeah, a lot of people are. When we had snow on the ground, they'd park in the parking lot and get out in their like skis. I'm like, what are they doing?
What were they doing?
I don't know. I guess it's cross country skiing. Like they don't really ski; they just walk around the golf course in their skis,
But like
and
on
they're
the
like,
course, or do they just follow the path?
they go right on the course. I guess as long as they stay off the greens and the tee boxes, we let them walk around the course in their skis. I guess they could. I guess they can get a little momentum on some of the hills, but yeah, just people just walking around in
That's the stuff you got to put on
skis
Instagram. You got to take a
and their
video of that and put
their
them on.
little
Yeah,
poles. Their little poles.
those are the
Yeah.
videos you should be putting on Instagram.
I know. I'm still learning. Again, our media guy came by today and he's like, "Oh, I was thinking about you the other day. I was driving through the parking lot and the golf course was covered in fog, and I thought you could come take some pictures and come up with something clever about the fog." I was like, "Shit, I'm not. I'm not quite
Yeah,
wired.
right. We're still
I'm not
rewiring stuff
Yeah,
here.
I'm not quite wired that well yet."
Yeah,
But I'll get
you'll get
there.
there. That's right.
I'll get there. I'm doing my best.
Well, I mean, considering they were doing absolutely nothing before, you're doing great. You're doing awesome.
Hey, thanks. I'll take it.
I'm a follower. I'm supporting the
I
cause.
yeah, I appreciate that. Facebook and Instagram. Overlook Golf Course.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's our golf meme or stat of the week here? What do you got for
Oh,
us?
we want to jump right.
Oh
into
yeah,
that?
we're going in.
And
We're getting there. Let's do it.
funny enough. So I found this. I found this today earlier, and literally 2 minutes ago, good friend of the show, Mr. Brock Hoover, texted me the same
The
exact
exact
thing
same
that I
thing?
was the same exact thing that I was going to bring up tonight. And again, this is just a fun stat to kind of put in perspective. We know Tiger's playing next week. He's supposedly feeling healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my Instagram and my feed start getting flooded with
Yeah.
Tiger, which is 100% okay. But I thought this stat was pretty something to try and wrap your head around. Scotty Scheffler has been ranked the number one golfer for 73 total weeks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To catch Tiger's record of total weeks at number one, Scheffler would need to remain in the top spot continuously until October 21st, 2035.
11 years from now.
So 11 years. Scotty needs to hold the top spot for the next 11 years to catch Tiger's
Yep.
number one world ranking. Just try to put in perspective how freaking good Tiger was.
Those stats are great.
Oh, they're insane. They're ridiculous.
Yeah. Every once in a while, like you said, people just start posting those random Tiger stats.
Yeah. And they're
And
crazy.
all
Like
of them are ridiculous.
they're crazy.
Yeah. That's a good one. You got it, Scotty. No worries.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he has the mental
Yeah.
stability and focus to get there
I'm
over
sure.
the next decade.
That's right. Yeah. Nothing's going to stop him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff.
So, yeah, I thought that was good.
All right. Well, we had a golf tournament to watch this past week at Pebble Beach. The first couple days were nice. The last day was not, and they ended up cutting it short and giving Wyndham Clark the win.
Clark the win. And the weather was really bad leading up to the tournament too, I think. Yeah. So Wyndham Clark they planned on finishing Monday, right?
Mhm.
And then they just said,
Yeah,
nope,
yep.
can't do it.
So for those of you who maybe were watching and wondering why the tournament looked a little bit different, the AT&T Pebble Beach used to be the Pro-Am with all the celebrities. It was like 156, man field, like plus celebrities. It was crazy. Tons of people everywhere. It got, since it is Pebble Beach, it ended up getting that sort of designated event title. So the number gets reduced to 80 guys and a very select few amateurs who only were going to play Thursday, Friday, correct?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah. So much more pared down, much less fanfare around it, much more golf focused than the tournament had been for its entire existence.
Forever. And how do you feel about that? Like, does that take away something? That's one of those early season tournaments where, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know if anybody, I guess, cares all that much, but I know.
So I think for me, I just didn't care. Like, I don't need to watch Nick Saban hit a shot into a par 3. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, like, I didn't care.
Yeah. So the celebrity
about
thing
the celebrity thing. It never
doesn't do anything for you.
No. And so at least now I was watching presumably the 80 best players on the PGA Tour play Pebble Beach, which I was more interested in than having to watch like
players by default.
Yeah. Like, instead of watching Bill Murray shank like 3 shots in a row, like, yeah, it's funny, but also like, all right, cool. Can I I can go do that outside, like, I don't need to.
I'll go shank my own ball.
I don't need to see Bill Murray just just hacking it around Pebble Beach.
Yeah, or Ray Romano's 6 shot.
Yeah,
out of the
right.
sand.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, great that they're there. Cool. I know they do a ton for like the charities over there, so I'm not taking away from that part of it. But I never watched this tournament. I didn't care, even if with it being at Pebble Beach. I was just like, I don't want to spend 3-4 hours watching a bunch of celebrities hit golf shots. It's just so boring and cheesy and like,
right.
I don't need to talk to Bill Murray for the 100th time. I like Bill Murray, but I don't need to watch him golf.
Right.
It just never did it for me. So I didn't mind it, quite honestly. What did you think about it?
Yeah, no, I mean, you make valid points. I think it's just more one of those nostalgia things where it's like it's been like this forever, and it's neat to have that other piece to the golf tournament put in, but I mean, I don't necessarily care. I'm kind of with you. Like, you can only watch so many celebrities hit shitty shots.
Yeah, and because it was slow and like it took forever, like guys weren't going anymore. Like they weren't getting the top guys.
Yeah, and I'm sure the players aren't sad to see all those hacks.
We're taking like 6.5 hour rounds and stuff because
yeah. So, it's a shame that the tournament got cut short. I mean, Pebble Beach is still Pebble Beach. It's nice to see it on TV and being able to see the different holes in the landscape and all that good stuff. And how do you feel about Wyndham Clark's course record lift, clean, and place score?
Yeah,
you taking it or saying nah?
The lift, clean, and place is tough.
I mean,
I don't know.
I
didn't watch every shot, so I don't know like how often it might have helped him. I mean, of course, like if you take mud balls out of the equation, like there's this randomness that might, that is never going to happen.
I didn't see it either. I'm assuming it's lift, clean, and place in your own fairway.
Yes.
Like it wasn't lift, clean, and place everywhere.
Right.
Right.
I don't believe so.
I wouldn't imagine. I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think it is a thing.
I think on the PGA Tour, it's lift clean, place in your own fairway, which
Right.
makes that 100% more legitimate.
Yeah.
If it's in the rough and you're lift cleaning and placing it and shooting course records, I
Mhm.
don't think that counts. Um, but I think if it's lift clean, place in your own fairway, I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to take away from the dude. He still had to hit a bunch of putts and
Sure.
like
Yeah.
you still had to hit good shots into greens. Like if it's on the green anyway, you're getting a good
Yeah.
lot, you're cleaning it
That
off regardless. Like the dude made a ton of putts.
that also got me thinking, if I was a pro golfer, I would literally go around to every course I could, public and
just
private,
just
and
try and get every course record.
set every course record. Like that would just be
That'd be pretty good.
that'd be awesome. Like if you walked into Overlook where I work and you just see some brand like I don't know Jordan Spieth shot
Right.
57
Yeah,
here.
right.
Like what?
Yeah. Like who? Wait, what? Is there a different Jordan Spieth?
Yeah, I just go around to every golf course
Right.
and just
Whatever tournament you're at, you just find all the local munis and just shoot every course record and off you go.
Shoot every course record and put. I'd even frame the scorecard myself
That's pretty funny.
and hang it in the pro shop.
Right. That's pretty good. That would be really
Yeah.
funny.
That would.
That's pretty
'Cause you
good. Be like, wait,
like-
that guy was here? Like what when?
Yeah,
How
right?
did nobody
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
I'd do it.
That's pretty good. I mean, I think I'm more. I get it. You have to give somebody the win, but I almost kind of wish, like, I get it. You have prize money and stuff like that, so you got to declare somebody the winner. I was less annoyed that he just got to win because it got cut short rather than
Yeah.
him shooting the course record. Like
Right.
he earned the course record. He didn't technically earn the win
Right.
because we didn't play the last round.
And they really, I mean, I guess it was bad enough on Monday. I mean, they really try to finish these golf tournaments,
Yeah.
but the decision was also made pretty quick. Like it was like, okay, we're finishing
Yeah.
Monday, and it was like, oh no, never mind, we're done.
Yeah, right.
So, I guess
I
was,
did like the idea that instead of having a full round of golf, just take all the guys, go out to that little par 3 and have a closest to the pin for who wins
Oh my
in like the 40
gosh.
mile per hour gusts and just televise it.
yeah.
And you like set up like a bracket, and then that's how you end the day. That's how you decide who wins the tournament.
So we got $2 million to first place
Yeah,
coming down
when
to
they're hitting like 2 irons off this 90-yard hole.
it all comes down to a 110-yard hole and a 40-mile-an-hour wind for
Yeah,
$2 million.
I thought that was a great idea. Many people
know
would have
what?
watched it.
Oh my God, it sounds crazy, but you're right. Like that would be some exciting shit.
Yeah,
That would be so exciting.
especially in 40 mile per hour wind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be incredible. It was a great suggestion. I loved it.
That was a great suggestion.
Is
that your suggestion?
No. I saw it on Twitter. Somebody put it
okay.
out there. Like, how many people do you think would watch something like this if they just
That
went out
would-
right now and turned the cameras on?
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty good. All right. So I mean, look, Wyndham played well, is what it is. Kind of an asterisk
Yeah.
win there a little bit. But, who knows? Maybe, I don't know if any of us really expected him to remain like at the top of golf. He was playing well going into the US Open and then won it. But I don't think any of us were really sure if he would keep it going after that. Setting the course record at Pebble Beach is pretty good. So,
Yeah.
he's keeping it together. All right. Next big thing that happened, the PGA Tour announced an agreement with Strategic Sports Group for an investment into this new PGA Tour Enterprises company. The deal was for $1.5 billion initially and up to $3 billion worth of investment. This PGA Tour Enterprises is the new for-profit company where the PGA Tour will be able to give players equity stakes in this company. So essentially shares of this company. They will own a part of the company. I think the big thing about it was that they got a valuation of over 12 billion, which a lot of people weren't sure they could get
Yeah.
with guys missing, and not being on the PGA Tour and being with Liv. But
Do you think that's
they
a real
got it.
number? Like that's how did they get that?
I mean, they have to come up with a valuation in order to say, like, we're giving away this certain percentage of this company, for X amount of money.
Yeah.
So,
And Jay Monahan, CEO, obvious choice.
Still
Obvious choice.
Somehow
Yeah.
is still in there.
Somehow.
I-
Highest paid, highest earner
Oh
in
my
the whole
goodness.
freaking
Yeah,
thing, man.
that part's wild. But listen, I think the big takeaway from this is that they said that this doesn't close the original sort of PIF, Saudi investment that they're still working on. From everything I've read and heard, there is just a huge thing about, like, will any of the regulators allow that to be? So there's a huge, like, regulatory part of this because SSG is an American investment firm. There's not that kind of regulatory scrutiny for this investment.
But God, you would think the evaluation would just go through the roof if you could convince these guys to come back to, like, live and come back
Well, yeah, I'm sure it would have been
to the
higher.
PGA Tour.
I'm sure
No,
it
that's
would have
what-
been higher with, like, Rahm on the PGA Tour and all that stuff.
Well, that's what I mean. Does this give the PGA Tour, like, leverage to get these guys back? Like, listen, we're at a $12 billion valuation now. Imagine if you guys came back. There's enough to. I mean, it's not Saudi money, but there's gonna be enough to go around. Just come back and play. Still. Thing is, nobody gives a shit about live golf.
Yeah.
It's not on TV. We're not seeing these guys play. It's just becoming a absolute travesty that we're not being able to see these guys play on the PGA Tour. You got to find a way to get them back or incorporate them somehow other than the four majors. Like, these guys, at this point, we have to get these guys back.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that everyone's very skeptical of that investment going through because of the regulatory scrutiny that it would go through. And then B, a bunch of stuff came out today. I don't know if you saw this, but literally today, a report came out from, I'll look up in a sec, but a news outlet came out with a report that Saudi Arabia has threatened to imprison consultants who work with the Department of Justice and the FEC, the SEC, if they cooperate with the investigation into the PIF and PGA investment.
Hey, what did Phil say? Scary motherfuckers.
So apparently a
Here you
Saudi
go.
Arabia court decided that they could imprison consultants they work with for 20 years if they cooperate with these investigations.
Here we go.
Craziness.
I
don't know how that part gets done. I don't know if it ever gets done. And then if it doesn't get done, Liv doesn't go away.
I know.
So
and it's scary that Liv may not go away, and it's really scary that we're not going to see these guys play. Like, the longer this goes on and the more guys that leave, it's just, like, you're just not going to see these guys play. That's 100% what it comes down to. Like, you're not seeing Dustin Johnson and John Rahm, and Brooks Koepka, Cameron Young, or no, not Cameron Young. Who's the weird looking guy? Won the Open.
Oh,
The hell's his name?
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith. Yeah. Like, and Liv isn't finished. It probably isn't finished. I don't know if this whole SSG thing is going to at least buying the PGA Tour some time
Yeah.
to figure everything out. But I mean, do you agree with that? Like, do I just need to get over it and just be like, hey, we're just not going to watch? I mean,
I just don't know with like this report today and the scrutiny that was already on that part of the investment. Like, I just don't know when it ever happens. Like, I get it. They were trying to work on something, but I just don't know if it ever happens.
yeah.
And at that point, how do you get Liv to go away? Like, how do you, I don't know how you do it. Unless they eventually decide that it's not worth their time anymore because they're not getting the sort of in with the American businesses that they were looking for as being a part of golf.
Yeah, but can you, like, that's not the way to, do they care? Is that still their mission and their goal? And
I think that's been their goal from the beginning.
but then they're going to threaten imprisonment to people that cooperate with investigations. Like,
right. I'm not saying they're geniuses or like great people. Just saying that was their plan.
Yeah, it's
So,
frustrating.
Yeah. Who the hell knows? It's not, that part isn't getting resolved anytime soon.
Yeah.
I guess your only hope is that maybe you could show the value of this new enterprise to those Live guys, but then I don't know how do they get out of their deals? Like, how long are they? Is there a way to get out of them? Like, nobody, like, who knows?
I'd love to see a contract. Right? Has there ever been anything produced? Because you're selling your soul, man. It's life.
Yeah. I don't know.
We own you.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, we've never seen contract like, hey, is this 5 years?
Right.
Is this 10 years? You know? Yeah, but it's, I don't know if none of those guys are really saying like, oh yeah, I wish I was still on the PGA Tour, right? Like, that's not really, is that coming out of anybody's mouth or microphone?
I mean, not ready, but
any of these Live guys being like, oh man, I missed the PGA Tour.
not yet. But again, they're probably not saying that publicly.
Yeah.
For fear of what this report is talking about. Yeah, I don't know.
You're out on work release to play in the tournament.
Yeah, right.
Right,
and
back
then
to
right
prison.
back to prison in Saudi Arabia. Have fun. Yeah. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess.
Yeah, it is. It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And we're the ones suffering because we don't get to
right to watch
see
any
these
of
guys,
these guys.
see these guys play.
Yep. You're exactly right. All right, well, let's talk about something more fun.
Okay.
Waste Management Phoenix Open is this week. Always a fun tournament. Always usually produces a good result. Big bummer to not have Rahm there, who obviously went to Arizona State.
Maybe he'll be in the stands.
Maybe
he'll be in the stadium. He'll be in in the arena on 16.
He always played well here too. Usually, produces a good finish with those couple holes towards the end there. So like we would usually do, I got the odds pulled up here. So let's go through the top 10 and we'll give out some winners. Hey, maybe this year we'll start getting it right. Who knows? Typically in the past, we would tell you just literally bet on anyone else but who we tell you, and you probably would have done well.
I heard with this Pebble Beach and Wyndham Clark thing, a whole shit ton of bets were voided because of the shortening of the tournament. And I was thinking to myself, this would have been the one.
Yeah, where
you and I were 100% correct.
Yep. That would have been the one. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
We would have gotten we would have gotten everything right.
That's a great point. All right, let's run down the top 10 here. So Scotty is number 1. JT number 2. Homa
Yeah,
3.
Playing better.
Spieth 4. Sam Burns 5. Wyndham Clark 6. Ben On 7. Sung J M 8. Tom Kim 9. And Minwoo Lee 10. Look at those names. What a top
Wow.
10 that is, huh?
Yeah, how about it?
I don't know. I think if I had to pick anybody on that list, it's probably Scotty.
Scotty? All right. Off of that list, I'm going to take Thomas
Yeah.
just because he's finally playing some better golf.
Yeah.
He is doesn't look like an amateur anymore recently. So he's been playing better. I think he gets a little amped up for the type of environment
Mm-hmm.
that it's going to be, where it's just kind of free for all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like his chances this way. And he actually, I don't know what the weather's the course and that area has gotten just crushed with hail and rain.
Yeah.
And the courses, I think the weather is going to improve as the week goes on, but Thomas is a guy that can hit different shots. He can shape the ball. He can hit it high. He can hit it low. He's a shot maker.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'll give him off of that list. I'll give him a shot.
I like that.
See how he does. Yeah.
I mean, a couple interesting ones in the next 10. Matty Fitz, Cam Young, Sahith, Hideki. And then it's Siwoo Kim, Ricky Fowler farther down the list. So not a ton of huge names.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know
Rahm is a huge glaring.
Yeah. Well,
not
Hovland's
on
not
this
playing
list.
either. I forget
No.
why, but Hovland's not playing either.
Right.
Yeah.
Did he win?
I gotta,
Did Hovland win this?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I gotta start paying more attention to these tournaments now, because it's a whole new, learning so many new names and faces now. It's
You're gonna actually have to watch.
Yeah,
That's funny. It's true. When's the last time we read one of these lists and Ben On, Sung J M, Tom Kim, Minwoo Lee were in the top 10 of the odds?
Never.
I mean, if there's not showing you what Liv's been doing to this tour, I'm not sure what else you need to see.
So.
Oh man.
Yeah. So hole 16, the par 3, is the kind of the no rules
That's right.
apply. I think we've had a hole in one, and just the place was just littered with beer.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Beer cans.
People get there at 8 a.m. or something.
Oh yeah, there's always videos you can see with the gates being open, and,
Yeah.
and it's just a mad rush
Yeah.
to get in there. And what I think last year they had a streaker or some dude, some guy in his underwear pole dancing on the flag stick. So it's one of those things where, is there a point that it goes to bar?
Yeah, probably, but at this point it's their thing. So I'm not
Right.
sure.
So just let it go.
Usually you haven't seen too many people going on the course, or you're right, the beer thing with who was it, Harry Higgs and Damon last year.
Taking their shirts
we
off
don't need
and
to
shit.
stop play for 20 minutes to clean up a bunch of beer bottles, but
Yeah, or see Harry Higgs with a shirt
well,
off.
yeah,
That's
fair enough.
Not something that needs to happen
Fair enough.
ever again.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that happen that often. I know you see a bunch of drunk people and all that stuff, but
yeah, the beer thing last year I think got to me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's whatever. I guess that seemed like just littering the course with beer and beer cans and so I don't know.
Yeah.
That touched a nerve for a little bit, but I mean, I guess they have enough crew there. They clean that shit up so fast it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it almost looked like they were ready for it with like the
Yeah,
little sweepers
and
they had and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
again,
And
I
it was
just
a
don't.
hole. It was a hole in one.
Yeah, I
get
just
it.
don't remember it happening that often. When I think back to it, I'm misremembering something, but just not something that I remember being too crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then after that, we got Riviera. The week
Yes,
after
sir.
the Genesis, Tiger announced today that he will be playing in that tournament.
And he can walk now.
That's
That's
right.
It's his big thing. He said, "I can walk."
I mean, he did look better at the Hero. The walk looked better. He's taking his time, like you said, shooting for that sort of once a month. Playing in a tournament, he obviously can get into any tournament he wants. And this is the one. This is his next one after the Hero. I think I think the biggest thing is that he looks like he did at the Hero, that he can play hopefully 4 rounds and just not look progressively worse each round.
Right. That's the thing. The stamina of the walking and playing 4 rounds. I mean, what's your realistic early prediction? I feel like it's going to be kind of a cut line situation.
Yeah.
I think he makes the cut, but it's going to be like
It's going to be really close.
make the cut and then probably, I don't know, finish this tournament anywhere from 3 under to like 5 over. I think that's the disparity I'm getting.
Yeah. I won't be shocked if he even misses the cut. Like, it's a hard golf course. Obviously,
It is a
he's
difficult
played
golf
it
course.
plenty, but like his game's just not in the place to do well at these courses anymore. I might lean he might miss the cut, but he still looks good. Look, I'd love to see 4 days of Tiger, obviously, but I just don't know if he's got it in him on like this kind of course to like just put up the numbers that he needs to.
Yeah, and we'll get to see his new.
That's
new
right.
apparel.
On the 11th, apparently, right?
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
That's what he said. 2/11 is when the apparel announcement apparently is happening. So,
okay.
I mean, again, we talked about this last time. I think it's just going to be like a Tiger Woods brand of TaylorMade.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably.
So, I don't think anything groundbreaking's happening unless he's kind of creating his own company and is going to sell stuff that way. But
why at this point? Like, why?
I don't know.
just let someone else do it for you.
Yep. Have your logo, slap it on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
And what are we at? This is the 4-year anniversary of his crash.
Is that it?
Is it 2020? Was it the same? It was the Kobe year, right?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to look.
I'm pretty sure. Like, you know, we talk about
2021.
20, so it was the year after. Okay, so this is year 3. And we talk we talk about his recovery and his rehabilitation and him getting back. Like we forget how gnarly and nasty and ridiculous that crash scene was. Like, the dude flipped like 5 times, and if it was any other person in the world, your leg is being cut off. Like, they're probably not saving that leg. They're cutting you off at the knee. And, now he's, essentially back playing golf. I mean, that's
it's wild.
Just fascinating. I mean, obviously the accident probably never should have happened in the first place.
Yeah, of course. As we have been saying for 15 years now.
And and as we've seen with Tiger, his whole since all his scandals are made public, we don't really know too much details. I mean,
everyone, that was when the interview happened. Like,
oh yeah,
oh,
right.
like,
But
Yeah.
they're not gonna tell.
No,
Like, it's
of
almost
course.
more speculate. Like, what did that 12, 13 hours look like from that interview
Yeah. To
with him there?
like
hot,
shooting the video
hot,
with Dwayne
yeah,
Wade in the morning, right?
right.
Like, yeah.
From that interview, high as a kite,
Yeah.
to that following early morning crash.
Yep.
Like, what transpired in
I don't know.
those
Nothing good.
in those hours? Like, that's the shit we're kept in the dark about. But it's great to see him back. I think the tour needs him more than ever right now. I think like the tour needed him back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think the tour needs him just as much right now. Even with him just being there, hopefully once a month.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think they absolutely need him. They need him to be around. They need him to be public. They need him to be making appearances, playing golf, all those things. Because, eventually people are just going to like look at a leaderboard and not know anybody on the list.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be great. But
and I need him.
There you go. That's true.
I need him.
We do. That's very true. Well, we got to wait one more week, but we'll see how this Waste Management goes, and then we'll next week on the pod we'll talk about Tiger, and if we see any practice videos or things like that, we'll have something else to talk about with him. But that's going to do it for this one, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. We'll take a look at the Waste Management this weekend, see if anything else is going to tick Banksy off, that those kids are getting too rowdy. Don't let them do that. Those kids, man. But as always, thank you everyone for listening. Hopefully you are watching as well. If you can, go click subscribe on the YouTube channel. It is free. We post every podcast to YouTube so you can see our beautiful faces as we talk about it. You can also find us on any of your podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, everything. So wherever you can find your podcast, you can find us. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow the network at B&B Podcast. You can follow him, Fairbanks C23. You can follow me on Twitter at Big Regz with a Z. We will be back next week, talk about the Waste Management, talk about the Genesis coming up, and of course, LT Gray. So thanks everyone. We appreciate you, and we will catch you next week.
Swing hard, everyone.
Oh, it's not a cut. That's a slice.
Now this is a quack hook.
Oh,
Short
wow.
and into the right rough, headed to the trees.
Oh my God, it's a shake. He decided to re-tee. That's a shake.